These are before and after photos and how your phone can be an income-producing machine when you know how to do it right.
Absolutely. You don't need fancy equipment. It's literally your phone does all the work. It's kind of a cover your butt CYA move. In the event that anything goes wrong, you have the proof that, hey, we showed up. Here's what the roof or the, painting or the HVAC system, this is what it looked like before. We fixed it, and here's what it looked like afterwards.
I'd say a minimum of 5. Take 5 pictures from 5 different angles. Set a standard of 5. That's 10 pictures. That's a total of 120 seconds of their life on both fronts of that, 4 minutes. That will result in tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars for your company, for social media, for your website, for building trust, authority, relevancy. Welcome to Local Contractor Marketing, built for contractors who want to scale smarter. I'm Rina Bindi. Along me is my co-host, Brian Cotto. Together, we've spent years helping service-based companies grow their brand, attract better clients, increase visibility, revenue, and win in today's digital world. Each episode will have real conversations about what's working, what's not, and how contractors can stay ahead. If you're running a business with a team and big goals, you are in the right place.
Hey everyone, welcome to Local Contractor Marketing with Rina and Brian. How are you doing today, Rina?
It's beautiful. It's cold. It's beautiful and sunshining. Absolutely loving it. I'm so stoked, Brian. Today's topic is one of my favorite things to talk about because so many companies, they know they should be doing it. They don't do it necessarily. And we just try to drill it in. And these are before and after photos and how your phone can be an income producing machine when you know how to do it right.
Absolutely. And so what I think is really interesting about this topic is that you don't need fancy equipment. It's literally your phone does all the work, or better yet, your employee as a contractor, if you have employees, your employees are the ones doing the work. And this, I think, is kind of it's this caveat. A lot of the people that we work with are like, well, my employees aren't going to do anything. They're not going to, do extra work. And I'll be completely honest, I don't really buy that, especially with some of the technology that's out there that really kind of hammers home this idea of you need to be documenting when you're on site. There's a couple different reasons for that. Number one, first and foremost, it's just good business practice. Number two, it's kind of a cover your butt CYA move. In the event that anything goes wrong, you have the proof that hey, we showed up, here's what the roof or the painting or the HVAC system, this is what it looked like before. We fixed it, and here's what it looked like afterwards. Look, there's clearly verifiable evidence. So in the event, and let's suppose that it's true that maybe it's a difficult thing to get photos from employees or any of that, why as a business wouldn't you want to do that kind of before and after, at the very least, to cover your butt? From a liability standpoint.
You're afraid that your work looks worse after than it did before?
Totally.
Some companies, yes.
Hopefully none of our
None of our clients. But we've definitely had them come in after the fact. And I have seen some before to come in to fix the job for the person that was cheap to get the regular guy who actually has the licenses and insurance to come in after to do it. Some of those have been good pictures.
Yeah, this is just one of those non-negotiables you should be doing for your business, right? So a couple tips on this. Let's go over those. What kind of tips would you have for any of our viewers? Let's say they've never done this before. They're like, okay, so before and after, but I'm not a photographer. What kind of tips would you offer, Rina?
Yeah, I would 100% high quality image, highest quality that your phone can do. Remember where it is? When we were doing a basement finish, I'd go in, I'd do it for my husband because he's like, oh, I'll do it, of course. So I'd go into the job before they started doing any construction, and I'd stand by the stairwell, right by the end of the stairs, and I would get the exact same angle I'd make sure it was set at a wide angle or a narrow angle, depending on what it was that they were doing. So for this basement finish, I'm like, he's like, it's a big open picture of just an empty basement with studs. And I'm like, perfect. I would take a picture from that spot. I'd walk to the other side of the room and take a reverse picture from the other angle, go into where the bathroom was. I'd show lines on the floor. I'd show some of the pre-work, like just basic, it was lines on the floor.
Stuff that most people would probably take for granted, right?
Yes. And then I'd go in after the work is done, sometimes halfway through if they'd let me on site or I had time, and stand in those exact same spots and take the exact same picture from the corner of the stairwell, reverse it, where I took it before, from where the bathroom was supposed to be or going to be at, and take those exact same pictures from the exact same angle with as much light as possible. Because lighting makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
Massive difference. What are your top items, BK?
So 100%. I think that just understanding consistency of the photo, documenting the trivial things that most people are going to take for granted. I know that, for most contractors, getting in and making sure that your toolbox is properly stocked or that you have everything that you need to get a job done. A lot of that stuff's just things that they would take for granted, but that makes for really, really good content from a marketing side of things and also from an accountability side of things too, right? If we take the before and afters, as we were talking about here just momentarily ago, it's documentation of here's what it looked like before, if it's bare studs, if it's here's the reason why we were called out to this particular project, and then here's what we did to fix it. That's what people are really interested in seeing. Another thing that I would add is make sure if you're doing it on your phone that your location settings are turned on. This will help bake in the lat long. A lot of people will, what this essentially does is it's a good SEO practice, and it shows where you were when the photo was taken.
Yep. Extend your geo footprint.
Absolutely. Lighting, couldn't agree with you more on that one. The lighting makes a world of difference. And even when it comes to, live demo right here, guys, right? I have a light here in my studio, and tell me what looks better. Option 1, option 2.
Option 1.
Massive difference. Right?
Like, I have lighting here too. I have to have lighting with this. Otherwise, it's like this dark, shadowy thing on my face.
Which I guess if that's what you're going for, to each their own. But most people aren't going to resonate with something. There's a certain level of trust when it's brightly illuminated. You can actually see what's going on. That tends to work more effectively for any kind of local business, at least in our experience collectively, I'm sure. One other thing that we kind of want to talk a little bit about here is when it comes to the number of photos or how to do that, right? What would you say are some good practices? And then I'm sure that if people are using different kinds of tools, we can get into that as well.
Some pictures are better than no pictures, and one picture is better than no picture. Just first and foremost. Yes, that's bare minimum. Bare minimum. So what I am seeing is when SOPs are in place and we'll talk about painters. Okay, let's talk about painting contractors. Just imagery and decoration and the staging and everything is so important with painting contractors. It's such a big contrast from night and day with their before and afters, especially with like houses have peeled paint or are in distressed condition. So I'd say a minimum of 5, all right, per project, depending on the quantity of projects that you do as well. It's very easy to have one of your contractors go in on the first day of the job, if you're not the one there, and have in the SOP checklist, just like take 5 pictures from 5 different angles. And then when their job is completed and they want to get paid, have them take 5 more pictures from those exact spots. The more the merrier. Like set a standard of 5. That's 10 pictures. That's a total of 120 seconds of their life on both fronts of that, 4 minutes, that will result in tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars for your company, for social media, for your website, for building trust, authority, relevancy. Come on, people, bring it.
Love it, love it, love it. And so there are softwares out there, right? Think of like if you've ordered from Amazon, they're doing this as well. Like they leave the package on your doorstep, they take a photo of it, they email that to you, like, hey, we did our job, here you go. I know that there's other software like Company Cam, Service Titan, a lot of these do it as well. But if you don't have that, if you are a newer business, if you're bootstrapped for cash, this is all you need. It's just a cell phone. That it really is that simple. And then, have it uploaded to, be it iPhotos or Google Photos or anything like that. Save it somewhere. That way, when you do engage a marketing company, you can be like, hey, look, here's all the photos, good, bad, before, after, here's what our work looks like. And that way, authenticity really does matter. It's probably why any of our watchers are in business in the first place, right? You probably worked for a company or saw the industry and you're like, this sucks. Like I could do a way better job than that, which is why you're probably in business, right? Because you do things a particular way. You saw that like, this is the gap in the market. And so showcase that, right? Show your work. That it's absolutely invaluable. And it's what's going to put you out on the internet. It's what's going to help boost your Google business profile, boost your socials, right? This is one of those things that we commonly see even when it short video too, right? We see the TikToks, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, any of that. That's 30 seconds of a video. Hey, look at this. Look at this. That's all you need to do. It's very, very simple, but can, as you were mentioning, massive impact for a local business.
Yeah. That's it. That's
people
it.
Are probably going to want to know, how can they hang out? Like, how can they meet you and hang out? I know we've got an event coming up. You've got Expo.
Yeah, we have Expo coming up. I will be there on actually Sunday, but Monday, February 16th, we will be at the Orlando location at the Dolphin Swan. It's going to be epic. I'll be there the first night. For those of you who find me there, ask me about our giveaway for our $6,000 grand prize giveaway for a website facelift, which is where we go in and we optimize your website and do a once over to help you get more local leads fairly quickly.
Outstanding.
Yep.
That sounds
anything you need to add, VK, about your event coming up in Saigon or anything cool?
I'll be speaking in Saigon on the dangers of what's out there on the internet, not as a fear kind of fest, but just as an introduction into this is what is out there and what people need to be aware of, more of a brand awareness kind of a thing. We'll be talking some pretty technical stuff, but absolutely, it's one of those things that if you get a chance, it is called SEO Mastery Summit. Fantastic event in Saigon, but for most local contractors, that it's one hell of a business write-off if you decide to come to that. So at the very least, we hope to see everyone out at Expo and come say hi. Come get a selfie with Rina.
Take some pictures before Expo, after Expo, pictures, and we'll post them together.
Sounds great. Awesome. Have a great one, everyone. Take care.
Bye.